Today, I got a box in from Vermont Art Poetry Press with a reissue of my book, Vermont My Home on Blue Heron Pond. I am so incredibly pleased, and words can't describe the happiness I feel in finally putting this out. I've been dreaming about this book for 20 years, at least. I've always wanted to do a book, a coffee table book, if you will, with photographs like of this photo that I shot for the front cover. It took me about 15 years to have the camera right, the light perfect, and then to capture the flight of the bird on Blue Heron Pond. This book represents so many years in my journey living on Blue Heron Pond in Vermont. And Namaya is a Vermont treasure, said Vermont Life publisher. Thank you for celebrating Vermont. Other wonderful quotes that I appreciate so much. My time with Senator Bernie Sanders, Governor Bernie Shumlin. Vermont My Home is a celebration of Vermont and its people. Namaya has performed these stories in music and poetry throughout Vermont, and his works can be found at vermontpoet.com and namayaproductions.com. Portions of the proceeds supports gracecares.org. Some lovely quotes from people who have seen performances. Namaya offers an engagement with each person at a deeper level of our personhood, beyond the pedestrian reach of the well-turned phrase or provocative idea. He offers the chance to share the profound experiences wrought by nature upon us. Namaya is a modern-day Thoreau in a world gone mad, said 7 Days magazine. Bennington Center for the Arts. Wendy Brown Baez, the poet, said Namaya celebrates and honors Mother Earth as healing muse. CDs of Vermont Stories, Green Mountain Radio Hour, and Vermont My Home on Blue Heron Pond. Books and prints can be ordered through namayaproductions.com and vermontpoet.com. So welcome, read, listen, and celebrate the 5 seasons of Vermont with Namaya. So as I said, I am just so incredibly pleased working with Nookie Rivera, my book editor, Jules, who helped with the front cover, and Vermont My Home on Blue Heron Pond, a love song for the earth, dedicated to you who are fearlessly tendering your courage, care, and love to create a more sane and peaceful world. So this is put out through Vermont Art Poetry Press, Love Song for the Earth. And this is such a nice, easy format. The book is at the center of the universe, Blue Heron Pond, stillness at the center of the universe. Am I worthy? I love this photo of the blue heron and can remember the day in summer when I photographed it. It had taken so long and hundreds of photos to finally get this one. This one, Lee Pond on Clouds in Love. And this recent photo shoot that I did with the dancers Elizabeth and Lucia, tender in our love, needing to be far more tender in our love for the world and ourselves. Midnight in the pond. As rain winds its way into the intimate sanctuary where stones dream. Lovers, I am facing the stone wall. Rain splatter against it. The ashen belly of the sky is brooding and swollen. In the split-cracked moment when thunder cleaves and the deluge comes, listen to the August sky, to the pulse of rain and molecules of stone disintegrate inside one another. Lovers, this is just so lovely. And it's interesting, even poems that would be so well suited for it. Fire inspires memory. And I think part of it is giving a sense of breath and allowing the poem to speak in itself. But for many, many decades, I've always been fascinated by the image, by dance, by words, and putting these together. These photos of winter, of the five-season paradise of Vermont, great quiet joy, infinity of love, redux, shrouded in mist, pond, elusive, desires, infinite. All of these photos had been shot near my home in southern Vermont. These beautiful poems of all the seasons of my life. February, lying in wait, bliss. I can remember this moment in the late 90s, shooting this poem. It's kind of what we called as sugaring snow. Snow held captive to our dreams and the farm life in Vermont. Angel's Joy, our grandparents' farm, and this barn photo taken in Guilford, Vermont. This photo here on Sweet Pond Road, I remember clearly about 15 years ago taking this. Snow's feral enchantment, harvest. These photos, these stories and poems of Vermont. January, the blue heron, photos of these woods and snowy lands, this beautiful barn near Guilford. These exquisite photos and stories, urgent love, photos somewhat simple, and yet of all the things that I find extraordinary. So today, on the first day of finally getting this reissue of Vermont, My Home on Blue Heron Pond, a reissue of my book, Celebrate Life, Viva la Vida, and the novella, Thirst, a novella of redemption. The story of it's a Gothic story of a man chained to a dog for 500 years in search of redemption. So this represents probably, I would say, all told, a good 20 to 25 years of work. And I could not be happier having it in print. I hope that people read it, look at it, consider it, celebrate Vermont, celebrate life, and also consider the theme of redemption and forgiveness. So Namaya here, it's late March 2022, and I'm just so pleased and grateful for all the people who helped in review of this book, helped in the compilation, and the hundreds, and I'm afraid to say far more than hundreds of hours, not only to write the poems, take the photos, but putting it all together. So I hope you enjoy the books. Namaya out, late March 2022. Celebrate life.